generation, and I am hella loud. Fuck it, I'm conceited, eat it. Needless to say, I'm a genius. Bringing hip-hop back with meaning since we been done R.I.P. I'm at the top, motherfuckers act like they don't know. Blind speaking at Chris Rock shit, saying that they never see before. Nigga, I do's this, I am a star amongst these squares. They are not on my level when I...
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Gift of Gab. Shout out to all my Gabos and Gabettes watching. I am your host, the Ron Marson, Dom Pritt.
I am the Empress, Shari Dubois.
And I am the infamous Queen, Amber Dawn.
All right, and we are the Gift of Gab. We have a guest on our show tonight. This is Kay. He's an actor, model. We'll get into that real soon. First, we got to get into our first topic. We just had a Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl was real good. It was a good game. I don't know if you guys watched it.
I definitely tuned in. You know, it was very competitive. I wasn't expecting the back and forth, but I'm glad to see that, you know, the Chiefs pulled it out.
Kay, did you watch it?
I was in New York City doing a shoot at the moment, so I wasn't able to catch the game, but I did catch the last quarter.
Okay.
When the Chiefs came back.
So you see who won?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay. It was a great game actually. I thought it was a good Super Bowl, but the performance with in the beginning national anthem.
Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
She killed the national anthem, and like if you could imagine all the controversy that we have with the American flag and kneeling during the anthem, I can appreciate a singer like really giving her best performance and bringing it home.
She did. I think she gave the song justice, and for what it's worth, it being popular, and you got to compete against everybody who's done it before. But I think she made it her own, and she delivered.
She did.
Yeah, she was bad too. I never really knew who Demi Lovato was for real. I heard of her before, and I never seen her as what she looked like or anything like that. But I think she killed it.
She did.
But the Chiefs won. Andy Reid got his first Super Bowl. I think that was lit.
Congrats to Andy.
That's been our coach for so long here. And in Philly, so he didn't get it here when he was playing for us.
Right,
Doug Peterson, who was his assistant coach or whatever, got a ring before him. But after 21 years, Andy Reid got his ring.
Yeah, so many people respect Andy Reid in the National Football League. So many people were working under him and working side by side with him. So to really see him bring home the Super Bowl win, it really fills out something for that tree.
Right.
I thought everything was leading up to the 49ers winning, but
I thought they were going to win.
I thought they were going to win too. I know your husband's upset now.
Yeah.
He was upset?
He was a little bit, but we thought he was, and then it was a crazy turnaround, and then randomly the Chiefs won. I was like, wow, they really had a crazy comeback.
What y'all don't know is me and Amber had a bet before the game started, so now Amber owes me $25.
Okay.
That's all right.
But the halftime show, let's go into that.
All right.
Very good performance, I think.
J-Lo and Shakira most definitely
Killed it. Absolutely killed it.
I know a lot of people were giving J-Lo a hard time in the beginning. They were saying, how is it that J-Lo can go side by side with Shakira when Shakira has so many more awards and record sales and accolades and sold out tours all over the country? J-Lo got some bops.
Come on.
She came out, she performed, she
on.
did her thing in heels, she had her daughter singing by her side. She most definitely delivered.
Come on. It's J-Lo. J-Lo. What can you really say?
Right.
Really, honestly, in my opinion, when Shakira came on, I said, all right, girl, come on, finish up. Let's get to J-Lo,
okay.
in my opinion.
Okay.
But whatever, I'm not going to say, no disrespect to her, but I was just ready for J-Lo at the point. But she did her thing. Right. Shakira did her thing, and I think them two together, that was a nice combination.
Definitely.
I'm going to say I love Shakira's performance, the most. She slayed it to me. I think Shakira. Oh, you're gonna put that picture up there right now. That part, I don't know what she. I don't know what she was doing with that part.
I'm gonna touch on that.
I don't know what she was doing with that part, but no.
Was that the tongue wagging?
I'm gonna tell you.
I did think Shakira was gonna have a Janet Jackson moment on the Super Bowl.
Like the
I thought the cooch was gonna come out.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I
didn't see malfunction.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
I seen her I was like, oh wow,
Really?
Shakira.
You saw that, or you thought.
No,
He wanted it to
I-
happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that, and I said, "What if this happens? What if this happens?"
So I'm going to touch on this real quick, just because of some research that I saw. Apparently, she's from South America, Colombia, obviously. Apparently, she has some Lebanese background, which is kind of like Middle Eastern. That little thing that she did with her tongue and that weird noise, apparently is like a celebration that they do, during a party or something, like whatever.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Okay.
Because I'm like, where did that come from?
Like,
And-
she was like, I thought she was just having fun.
No,
honestly.
that's what it's from. That's from like Middle Eastern parties and things. It's
Go
like
back to that last
Yeah.
picture though, because to me this was the best part of the halftime show.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Let's see. We got
there it is. That part right there. Like they were killing it though. Like, their performance together. I don't think it should be like a who was better.
No, and,
type
and
of
yeah,
thing,
people.
like,
So
with
many
them.
people were saying that, and it's like, honestly, I mean, in my opinion, I know who's better, but like I said, it shouldn't have been that, because honestly, it's Miami. It was about Miami. It's about people who were, whatever, Spanish or of Spanish ethnicity. I mean, it is what it is. I think they teamed up well together from what
Yeah.
they brought. They brought different things to the table.
Is it
And
me?
I appreciated all of the cultural
I did.
significance that
Right.
the performance had.
Right.
Is
right.
it me or did J-Lo's butt get smaller?
It did, and my mom touched on that as well. And I'm like, Mom, like, don't hate. But anyway, she's dancing
Yeah.
a lot. She's doing shows constantly in Vegas. I mean, it's hard to keep weight on doing that. You're dancing every damn day.
Yeah.
And she just performed for just did the Hustlers movie, which
Yeah.
she had to get like.
Oh yeah,
We
J-Lo's
saw,
killing
we
it.
saw, we saw the
J-Lo's
pole
Yes.
always
dancing
been
and
killing
Yeah,
it.
she had to
Yeah.
get ripped for that movie, so she had
Yeah.
to be on the thin side for that role in particular. So she probably,
She was the
probably
best person for that movie because
She
she's
was.
always been a hustler.
She was. She
And
was.
shout out to Jay-Z for putting that Super Bowl, together because he's in charge of the halftime show now.
Right,
So
right.
moving on to the next topic, at the end of the day, the Chiefs won.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes won MVP of the game.
Right.
Good job. They just had their parade today.
Right.
Oh, did they?
And,
Yeah, go to
Kansas
the
City.
pictures if you can.
check.
Yeah, that was. This is actually a picture of their parade. Go back. All you see is red on the, field.
City.
They did it up like just how it was here in Philly. It's a great feeling. So hopefully we could get one of those parades again. But it was a cool thing during their parade. During the speeches, Kelsey had a speech, and it was just like Jason Kelsey's speech here.
Right.
Travis Kelsey killed their speech today. He wore the belt, WWF belt, and did the same thing just like his brother did here in Philly, which we have a picture of that as well when they did that. So next topic, Fast and the Furious 9 is coming out. They just released the preview last weekend. And what do you guys think? Like, are you into the franchise? Do you watch it?
I think I kind of tapped out after number 3.
I think I tapped out at the number 2.
Are you guys after number 2?
Number 2.
Oh my gosh, y'all are
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
Y'all missed the best ones. Amber,
Listen.
you watch movies.
I love movies. I'm totally a movie guru. I'm not too into like action movies too much. I get a little bit here and there from my husband and my son, but I just think it's a little overkill at this point. I think that the last one, when unfortunately, the passing of
Paul Walker.
I think that was the perfect ending to that. But I mean, if they're still having people interested and they're still making money off of this, I mean, I guess they're figuring why stop it now.
They're making money off of me. I go
That's
see
it.
everyone
Okay.
in the movie theater, every single Fast and Furious that comes out.
I mean, it's working.
you're
I didn't even
invested.
know about the
The
John Cena thing. I'm
Next
just saying
one,
this now.
Fast and Furious 9. So I got some thoughts on it or whatever. Like, it looks like it's going to be a real good movie. It's going to be dope, like, special effects that we always expect. But they have John Cena as
I
the
didn't
bad
know.
guy in this
You said
one.
he was a wrestler, correct?
Yeah,
Or
he
is a wrestler?
he was a wrestler.
I had
He's
no
doing a
idea
lot
he
of
was in
movies
it.
now too.
Okay.
He's pretty funny actually. He
Now,
does a lot of comedy.
Is this because of the Rock situation? Do you think he's not in it now because of the whole? Remember, there was
They're
a
getting
controversy
over
now.
things.
No, because he took the spinoff.
Yeah,
Hobbs
the
and
Hobbs
Shaw,
and Shaw
and I
spinoff,
know that
which I went to go see that, too.
Tyrese and all them were
much
salty
going on.
about that.
Right,
They were
right.
very upset because they're like, "How dare you not take the whole team?" And he wrote off with that.
But they're getting back together now.
But do you
I
think
hear.
that was
I think
shady
on
for him to do
10,
that?
Is
by
Vin
10 we'll
Diesel-
see them all together.
Is Vin Diesel a part of the franchise as well?
Vin Diesel's like the main one in the franchise. Yeah.
And he's in
So
it.
it's Vin Diesel, it's The Rock,
Right, but I don't think it's The Rock anymore because he's not advertised. But he's
The Rock
off.
came around on
And
the
I think
fifth
that's
one.
fair.
The
Okay.
fifth one is when The Rock started in the series. Was it the fifth one? Or it might have been the sixth one. All I know is the fifth one was my favorite. But anyway, the new one, what I was saying is John Cena, they got him playing Vin Diesel's brother and being the bad guy.
Okay.
Like, you know, so someone from his past, Dominic Toretto's little brother, older brother, who knows which one it's going to be, but
Probably going to be a bad
he's
guy.
a white guy.
Right.
Yeah, they
And
have his brother.
Vin Diesel's black.
Well, I
So-
heard that they said Vin Diesel, no one knows what he is. He's half black, half car, is what they said. So I'm not too sure.
I feel like they
too
come
sure.
in a little too hard for the timeline. You're trying too hard.
Right.
You're coming up with you're bringing all these actors and you're bringing all these crazy, unrealistic ideals that happening with Fast and Furious that never happened in the beginning.
Right.
Because that's why, because I think it should have been a wrap.
Yeah, it's
in my
over.
opinion. It's
Yeah.
over.
It's still, I guess I'm just an action junkie when I watch movies.
But for me, I feel like it's harder to continue an action series rather than like a horror series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
Makes
is.
sense?
It is.
it is. Yeah. And I think they should have had Denzel Washington playing Vin Diesel's
Oh,
brother.
wow. Okay.
Like, he's black, so they just put it. I'm just
That's an
saying.
interesting take.
No,
That's-
they wouldn't have did that. But I'm just saying.
If you're honest, that's interesting.
Put Will Smith in there. Something.
Somebody.
Something.
Not John Cena.
Cena,
Like, that's
right.
anything.
John
Right.
Cena. All right, so next one, which you know, another movie that's coming out that's going to be very big is Mulan. They had the preview during the Super Bowl, and I've never seen Mulan in my life before as a cartoon, but the movie actually looks pretty good.
It does.
I seen it during the Super Bowl, and I
I've
was
seen
like,
bits and pieces.
it reminds me of Crouching Tiger, Hidden
Yeah,
Dragon
it's
back
very
then.
similar. It's very similar. I know the soundtrack was great from like the old movie.
Is it the original, or did they come up with something new for Milan?
Well, this is going to be new because this is like a person. Like the other ones were animated, like it was like a cartoon.
But
Oh,
is
so
it-
it's like a live
So
reenactment.
this is going to be
type
like
of
a
thing?
live reenactment of
Okay.
Mulan.
As
So
long as
kind of
there's
like
a-
when they did the remake of The Lion King.
Exactly.
Yes.
Which
Did
I
you
think
see
was
Mulan?
trash.
I did, and I've never seen Mulan. You said The Lion King.
I didn't like it.
I wasn't.
It was
crazy
word
about
for
it
word
either.
for the same thing.
Same thing with Aladdin.
It was stupid.
Same thing with Aladdin. I was
Aladdin
so
was
disappointed.
I loved Aladdin.
I love
I
Aladdin
didn't like
the
the
cartoon.
remakes, right?
Not
I didn't like the remakes.
No.
Nah, the remake of Aladdin with Will Smith
It
when
was
he was
terrible.
the genie,
I
I
feel like
liked
they
it.
shouldn't make
Nah.
any remakes of original Disney
No,
movies.
nope.
We're at a point where we just need to
Band-Aid.
leave the
All
old
right, so
content
maybe this is
alone.
the one though.
Yes.
Let the classics
Maybe
be
this
the
is the
classics.
one. Who's
This
seen
ain't the
Milan? Who's seen the
I've
cartoon
seen it.
Milan?
I've never
You
seen
have.
it.
You
I
have.
have.
Mulan, Snow
I've never
White.
seen it.
I've never seen
All right,
it.
so remember that. All right, you've seen Milan. We haven't seen Milan. We'll check out
check
this
it
new
out,
Milan
right.
that's coming out, and we'll have the review for it. But I think it's
Right.
going to be dope. I've never seen Mulan before. But it
Mulan
looks
is
hot.
literally about like she is in a male dominated, which most Asian countries are, and her father and her parents want her to be like a soldier, and she doesn't want to be that, and she's like fighting between being this warrior and being herself basically. So that's why one of the main songs is called Reflection, and that's where that all came from. So
All right. Well, the next topic. Let's. I know everybody's upset because Power didn't come on. I know I was.
I was salty.
I was about to have a Power Hour party at the house, and I had a couple people come over. We're just ready
Oh,
to watch.
snap. Okay.
Yeah, it's Power Hour.
Right.
I almost called 50 Cent.
So what? It was like
No, 50
Saturday.
Cent owe me my money by
So
Monday.
what was it
if
like
they don't
Saturday
got
at
it on next
midnight?
week.
You were like waiting for the new episode
Yes.
to come on demand.
Saturday at midnight on demand. I'm like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
ready. And what it tell me? It airs the following week. I'm like,
Right.
oh,
Yeah, I don't go out on Saturdays. I have my daughter. We sit home chilling. She's in bed at that time, sleep. It's Power Hour.
well, that's because obviously, because the Super Bowl and other things were on, they probably obviously want to keep everybody in suspense, but also figured everyone would probably be watching
And not
the
have
Super
to
Bowl.
compete with the biggest.
Right, that's too much.
well, I feel like they do that.
televised event.
Why do they do that every season though?
They do.
They didn't tell us though. That's the problem about it.
They never do though.
To keep
Why
you,
don't you
to
just do
keep
it?
you
Why
in
don't you-
suspense, I think. Right.
We wouldn't care if there's like we
This
gonna
thing
show
is just
but
dragging
every
out
2
at this
weeks.
point.
And
We
that
just want to
probably
know
makes
like
it.
who shot Ghost. We just
Right.
want to know at this point.
Right, and that probably makes more viewers as well, like you said, because of
building the
you got
anticipation.
people. If you never heard of Power and I'm your coworker or something, and I'm coming in like, oh my God, Power didn't air, blah blah blah. Then you can be like, what's Power? And
Now
then
you
I'm
can
gonna
catch
tell you,
up.
and then you're gonna be waiting to see the next episode.
And then
Yeah.
they're getting everybody geared up for the Power spinoff. So
Exactly.
after they air this last episode, the new Power Book 2 is supposed to
Yeah,
premiere.
yeah.
So
Mary J. Blige's gonna be in it.
Right.
Let's go through the
Man.
suspects of
Yeah.
who we have that that they have left while we still can. So we got Sax first. Do you think Sax did it? No. Sax is a
Definitely.
pussy.
Sax
He's
not
he
exactly
like
the
that.
shit.
He is.
He's a
And
Sax is a pussy.
He
But
got
he
tore
did
up
it.
so many times.
You said Sax
He's a pussy, but he did.
He
So
is.
You
that's
said he
the, that's
did.
the surprise.
Definitely. That's the whole surprise of the whole thing.
Right.
Sax
And
ain't
then
killed
did you
Ghost.
hear about the leaks that dropped? All the leaks dropped, but nobody dropped the leak on Sax though.
Right.
When all the leaks on
Don't
the internet-
tell us what the leaks
Oh.
were, because
Yeah, don't tell
I
us.
didn't
We
know the
didn't
leaks.
see it.
Oh, my
We didn't
bad.
see
The
it.
leaks, yeah.
My bad. Well, yeah.
But so you think it could be Sax?
Definitely.
All right. I think it's Tasha and Tyreek.
Flying
Who
together.
do you think it is?
I think it's Tasha. I hope it's Tasha.
Let's go to Tasha.
Tasha.
Wait, no, Tyreek's next. I said it was
Tyreek's
Tyreek.
next. But I think Sax would be a good guess because of that he's not, you wouldn't think him. That's the least person you would think.
And you know why it's not Tasha?
Because that's who you would think.
Because no, it's not Tasha because Tommy would have killed Tasha, but he spared her already because she found out that he killed his girlfriend.
Right.
And when Tommy saw her, when Tommy saw the person who got killed, it revealed at the time. When Ghost got killed, he saw the person standing in front of him, and he
Right.
didn't shoot. And Tommy would have probably killed him.
Well, you know what?
He wouldn't have
I'll
killed
say,
Tyreek.
hang on, I'll say that it
Tasha.
wasn't Sax because Tommy looked hurt at whoever he saw. So whoever it was family.
That's
so it
what
was
I'm
either
saying.
Tasha or
Yeah,
Tyreek.
he was hurt.
He would have blew
You know
Sax's
what?
head off.
Like I
Because he
said,
wouldn't
it
care
can
about
be
that.
both.
Tasha at all.
Go to Tasha,
Right.
because Tasha's guilty as
He
fuck too.
hesitated.
He would've-
He looked hurt.
But I
I
feel
think
like
it's
that's a
leading
good
up to
guess. That's a
Tyreek.
good guess, Tasha. Though. So
I think
don't
it's leading up to
it's
Tyreek, but it's going to be Tasha and Tyreek.
They're in
I
cahoots.
told you
Maybe.
Tasha's a serial
That's-
killer now.
Yeah,
She
that's-
killed Keisha.
I was shocked
now
that she
she's
killed
on a killing
Keisha,
spree.
but
She had to do what she had to do. Keisha
All right,
was just
next
Keisha
topic.
was a casualty.
We'll see. First topic of the day is Mace and Puff Daddy. Mace versus Puff Daddy. What do you think, Shar?
All right, so recently Puff accepted an award during the Grammy Weekends, an Icon Award, and during his acceptance speech, he called out the Grammys for basically not respecting hip-hop and black music. And he basically said, I'm going to give you guys 365 days to get it right. I want there to be more diversity. I want there to be more transparency. Black people, we need to step up. We got our power. The Grammys, you need to make some changes, and we need to be represented a lot more fairly.
or we're boycotting it, right?
Or we're boycotting it, right? So Mace is actually in the crowd when this happens. So Mace gets inspired and decides that he wants to take initiative. So he makes an Instagram post basically calling Puff out. Puff, you've had my publishing for the past 24 years. I approached you as a man with a certain amount of money. What's going on? You said you don't want to sell me my publishing. So now it's like, are we talking about Puff and black excellence, or are we talking about bad business?
Right. I think it's probably a little bit of both, in my opinion. I think that how he said is you're enslaving. You're the top guy right here, and you're keeping everyone else beneath you. Because number one, you don't want anyone greater than you, but also, he's talking about you don't want him to excel. He's saying here's $2 million for my publishing, where and he said his
For the
response
rights
was
to
what?
these
What was
songs
his
that I wrote.
response? He said, well, if you can top the
white
white
man's
man's
offer, then I'll
and
give
it's all
you your
yours.
profit.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
you can wait till you're 50, which was
Yeah, European.
a little dig.
European man.
a little dig, but
He's gonna give him 2 million
$2
for
million.
the songs
for his songs.
or whatever. But to be honest with you, we know how Diddy is. He's always been like this.
Always.
We always knew how he was. So I don't know why this is a surprise to everybody.
Right.
I think this is Mace putting himself in a level right now where
Right.
he can gain clout from it or whatever. New people don't even know who Mace is.
No.
I was just saying,
He
I don't
did-
even know
he
who that
does
guy
touch on
is.
He
that.
doesn't even know who
Because when
it
we
is.
said it earlier,
People-
he said, "Who's
Who's
Mace?"
Mace? Like,
People do not know who.
I
Listen,
really don't
listen.
know who's Mace.
Mace is very irrelevant.
From where?
So what
Mace
you
was
said
like
he
my
was.
first, like my
You
first
said he
rapper.
was
Like
in the crowd right now while he was saying this, and then he puts out this tweet. It's like, why are you even in the crowd?
Well, Puff
Yeah,
opened
he-
himself up to that, right? You
he
can't
did.
call out the Grammys.
But
and-
we
and-
know this already.
We do,
Mace.
we
So
do.
Mace is putting himself on a level now to where he's trying to gain clout. I went to one of Mace's church specials one time. Like, not a church special. I went on a church thing with Mace, and I seen Mace preach. And he didn't preach. He passed around the collections plate about 3 times.
No, he
Okay.
didn't.
So yes, he did.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
You was there?
And yes, I was there. Yes, I was there with my cousin and my homie, and we were young, and we went to go see Mace preach, and I was really excited to see the guy preach. I was going to church a lot back in the day.
Did he
I was going to
rap
church
like
a lot,
the
so I went to
Bible
this like
verses?
church event,
Welcome back.
and he did not preach.
He was a
And
preacher
he
for
kept
a
on
while.
like leading up to he was about to
Short?
give a bomb preach.
Right.
He was about to just give
You
a
don't know
bomb
who
ass
Mace
preach,
is?
right?
really don't.
And he never
crazy.
preached. So
I'm done.
my thing is like it's all about money with him, and he's just salty that he took that deal and signed that deal back then.
He did.
But
He's trying to get
he
back.
didn't know what he was getting himself into.
Right.
I feel sorry for that, him signing the contract. But
I think the game has changed a lot,
It
and I
has.
would love Puff to be the man that I think he is, and being this businessman and this mogul. I would love to see him and Mace get it right.
get it right, yeah.
I would love
But
to
it's
see
gonna
them
take
work
some
Do a
something
new
out.
album.
It is.
Humble
Do a new
himself
album.
And do some
take
work.
responsibility for.
I'm not gonna lie, I
for
fuck
maybe
with
the
Mace.
harm that he's done.
I had Harlem
He
World's
said, what
album.
did he say? He said
had it
he's
on
the.
cassette.
I know you did.
What did he say? He said he's the best, his most biggest selling
Big
artist
artist.
alive,
Right.
which would obviously be a reference to Big because he's
If you let Mace tell it, he'll tell you that he wrote all of them Bad Boy records for
Yeah.
everybody. For
I would believe
everybody.
it.
Mace is
I would
fire.
believe it.
I was on Mace's side back in the day when it was like Mace first Puff, like when he was like rapping a lot or whatever. I was on Mace is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got
Murder
that,
Mace.
that laid back, that draw, man.
Don't know who it
And
is.
next topic,
All right, so you're gonna just.
we're gonna introduce
Damn, who that guy?
Kay. He's a model. He's looking into getting into acting right now, and he's a personal trainer. Welcome to our show.
Thank you. What's going on, guys?
Welcome.
Oh, so I guess it's my time to talk.
Yes.
So yes, I am a personal trainer and I'm a fitness model. I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia, but now I'm based out of Philadelphia.
Okay, and where can people find you?
On Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, hashtag the Melanin Goat. You can search the Melanin Goat. Hashtag training with the Goat. I'll be the only one. You can see me in Manhattan. That's where I mostly be when I'm doing most of my shows. Manhattan, Brooklyn, Harlem, Bronx. I'm all through New York City.
All right, so we got some questions for you. Shar, you're first up.
So I actually want to hear about your modeling career. Can you tell us about some of your modeling experiences, maybe some challenging shoots that you've had or some really fun shoots that you've done?
I actually had a very challenging shoot this December that just passed. It was actually, about 30 degrees in New York City, and it was a rooftop shoot.
Is it this one?
Yes. Oh, it actually is. Yes, it's actually that one. That's one of the pictures. I know it don't look like it, but it was freezing cold out there. I'm telling you. So that was probably one of the
Most challenging.
Most challenging part?
Oh, I'm sorry. Most challenging part of the shoot. Yes, definitely.
And next question?
So I know that you said you're originally from Atlanta. What have you enjoyed about being in Philly so far?
So far, I like the network. It's close to New York City. It's close to D.C. Basically, it's close to other major cities, so it makes it a whole lot easier to network and actually get your name out there.
How did you get so disciplined? Because I know you got a lot of things going on. How do you become like so laser focused and building that routine? How did you get to be disciplined?
Actually, it's just a mindset. From being in the gym, actually, from being a personal trainer, I feel like not only if you be consistent in the gym, you can actually be consistent with things outside of the gym. It reflects. So it definitely reflects. So that taught me a whole lot.
Okay. Who do you listen to for like motivation? Because I know you listen to somebody. You got to get pumped up.
I'll have to say, I actually listen to a lot of bodybuilding podcasts. One of my favorite bodybuilders is Kai Green. I listen to a lot of motivational speeches from like Arnold Schwarzenegger, The Rock.
Is it like a podcast?
Oh, just motivational speeches from like movies, like Rocky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, from YouTube. So,
All right,
that's what
Amber,
keep
I
me
know
going.
you had some questions as well, too.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you, what do you like the best about being a personal trainer?
I like giving back to the community. I like knowing that I can do something to help not just, not even just the community, but the world.
Okay.
Especially the way that social media is nowadays, I can spread, fitness all throughout the world. So I love it.
Nice. All right. And then, what advice would you give to someone who's like maybe an inspiring model? Like, what would you tell them to do?
Keep pushing, keep working, don't stop.
Okay.
It's not an easy field, but it's worth it.
Okay. So just stay with
Stay consistent.
fresh ideas, consistency.
Be
Would you
creative.
Say be you?
Yeah, be creative, network, always love what you're doing, and the money will come after.
Okay.
Don't chase the money, chase the dream.
Chase your dream.
Exactly.
That's good advice.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, so you moved from here from Atlanta, right?
Correct.
All right. So what would you say is the difference from Atlanta to Philly and doing your modeling? Not yet.
Well, the difference between Atlanta and Philly is night and day. Night and day. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. But as far as the modeling career goes, I didn't do any modeling in Atlanta, so I can only tell you that I'd rather further my modeling career in New York City rather than in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Because Philadelphia is not really, in my opinion, is not really thriving in the modeling industry. But
Okay.
it is with fitness though.
With fitness is,
And
is
acting
going on.
too.
And acting, yes.
And acting.
A lot of
So-
commercials, and there's a lot of stuff going on in Philly, just not really with the fashions.
But you're here in Philly and you go to New York a lot.
Yes, I
So
know.
what was your favorite modeling agency that you worked with so far out there?
I haven't worked with no modeling agency, but I have worked with designers and stylists.
Okay. So what designers and stylists would you say?
I'll say my favorite designer so far would have to be Larry Underwood.
Okay.
And the reason I say that, I do like his clothes, but he was actually the first designer I worked with. He actually gave me the opportunity to actually be in New York Fashion Week the first time, my first show, New York Fashion Week last year in September. And ever since I met him and wore his clothes, everything else been just flowing.
Nice. So you're familiar with New York a little bit. Where would you go up there to eat, would you say?
I have to say Bobby's. It's a big restaurant right there in Midtown.
Okay. So I see you've been showing off with the abs and everything like that. Like, you know,
Yeah.
got it all out. I just want y'all to know, like, you know, if you go to the next picture, your next picture. Here, back it up.
It likes that
Got
one.
it. Here we go. All right. There we go. So, so that's back in the day. They used to call me Young Skywalker Pritt. Back when I used to do the modeling thing, I'm just kidding. They never called me that. they never called me that. If you take that beater off, I actually look as big as you under that beater that I have on.
I can tell, man.
Yeah, so minimize it. We're gonna show some of your videos of you working out and you know, doing your thing.
Awesome.
But Shar, ask if you have any other questions for our guests.
What does your diet mostly consist of? Because I know you have to eat right, you got to stay fit, you got to be ready to do a shoot. What do you mostly eat?
I mostly eat shitty. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay.
As a personal trainer, I really hate to say that, but I train so much, and I done trained my metabolism to be so fast that I can really burn off anything that's excessive.
Okay.
So by me eating any fattier foods, it's okay, because I'll burn it right off. I'm always in the gym, I'm always active, but I would not suggest anybody just doing that. Stick to your diet, stay in anything brings in moderate carbs, moderate fat, high protein.
So how much are you lifting right there? So,
That right there was 315.
315.
Yep, easy money.
Just easy.
Easy.
Okay, we got some more videos of you, like, you know, doing personal training, working with others. How many people would you say you personally train in a week?
In the week, I probably touch between, I'll say 10 to maybe 25 people a week.
10 to 25 people a week. Now, that's crazy because when do you sleep? Because if you remember when we met, matter of fact, tell them how we met.
We actually met through Uber. Yes, through Uber.
Yeah.
I would drive.
Not me, y'all know I don't drive. I don't drive. That's, like,
I was, because I personal train during the day if I don't have to be in New York City. I'm normally in New York City during the weekend. And then at nights, if I'm in Philadelphia, I normally drive Uber. So overnight.
Right.
Because during the day and normally during the evening, I'd be kind of busy. So I met him. Actually, I forgot where I picked him up from.
yeah, picked me up from this bar I play poker at.
That's right.
Usually I was lit. Picked me up, riding back. He was like, "Oh, you live right around the corner from me." I'm like, yeah, I just moved around here. I don't know nobody around here. He's like, oh yeah, you smoke bud? I'm like, yeah, I smoke bud. He's like, yo,
Oh yeah,
let's
fine.
smoke.
Yeah, I'm like, well, we friends now.
Yeah. He's like, I ain't even from around here. I'm from Atlanta. I'm like, oh shit. Well, I don't fuck with nobody around here, but I'm here. And now, just strong black men networking together, making moves together. That's all it's about.
We both got
what I mean?
locks. We both
Exactly.
black. We just clicked. So it just happened, and we both smoke. So marijuana.
Yes. And so, with that being said, we both black. So move on to the next subject. It's Black History Month. One of my favorite months of the year, not just because it's my birthday month, but it's because it's Black History Month.
It's your birthday month.
Yes, the last day of the month too.
29.
No, not the
I'm about to say, so you only have one birthday before year.
The 28th.
28.
Yeah, 28th.
Okay.
But it's Black History Month now, so I want us to talk about one person on each show, one person or one thing about Black history to celebrate it, because I think it is something that should be celebrated every single day. Amber, who do you have for your Black History Month person?
So I'm going to touch on Dorothy Dandridge. So Dorothy Dandridge was an actress, singer, performer. She was born in Cleveland, Ohio. She actually was the first African-American woman to be nominated for an Academy Award for the film Carmen. I wanted to touch on one important thing that she did do, which was she went to Las Vegas, stayed at a hotel called the Frontier. It was when everything was going around where, whites only, blacks only, that type of thing. She put her foot inside of a pool at a hotel, and the hotel drained the whole entire pool because she was an African American.
Wow.
But what she did was she did it on purpose, and then what she did was about a month or two later she came back and actually sold out that whole entire hotel for one of her shows. So she kind of showed them up like, well, I can buy out this whole thing if I want to. So I just think that was great, and that's what stood out to me about her selling out their venue, kind of like a ha-ha,
Right.
I just know Halle Berry played Dorothy Dandridge
She did,
in the movie.
and the resemblance is crazy.
The movie was real good, and like when I don't really know too much about Dorothy Dandridge, but when I started looking her up for find pictures, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a beautiful black woman right here. And to be honest, I think she looks better than Halle. So, but Halle has that stature in Hollywood for a beautiful black woman that could play her. So it's like,
They look,
I see
very
why
similar.
Halle Berry played her.
And I think
resemblance.
I've heard and read some things on her actually being biracial as well. But where all that comes in with the background and the history of things and the heritage and things like that. But yeah, that's what I heard.
Nice. Well, my pick for Black History Month is Tupac Shakur. I've been a big Tupac fan all my life. That's been my favorite rapper of all time. He was my first favorite rapper. I remember the first rap I ever wrote. I was in 4th grade, and I rapped it all year. And then in 5th grade, I had another rap that I rapped all year. In 6th grade was when I really just started writing more raps. When I heard Hail Mary, it came out in '96 Machiavelli album, and I would listen to that song on repeat. That was my shit. And he's historic. I don't think really a lot of people know who Tupac was as far as the younger generation anymore. People know who he is, Tupac, Biggie, but they don't get to see the real ones that we got to see. And he's a legend, and he died so young because he was that great. Because all the people that are that great, one like Nipsey Hussle that just passed away, those people that are so great and talented with their music and can give a message in hip-hop that's positive, they don't like to see that. And Tupac was that first one that was really raw because he was versatile. And I know it's a big debate. I'm pretty sure I got some Biggie fans in here.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that I'm
Sure
talking
do.
about Tupac so high right now, and I want to talk about Biggie too. I am a fan of his as well too, but that Tupac and Biggie, I was so much Tupac because he was versatile. He talked about a lot of things I could relate to in my life that I was going through as a child in a song, and it's a grown man that I'm looking up to. Like, he was like my first role model because I didn't have a father in my life, like, or any other male figure in my life that I could look up to like that. So that's what really got me into music. And the fact that my mom really loved me rapping when I was a kid, like, made me want to do music even more. So Tupac and my mom were like my biggest influences with rap. So I'm going to just say this one thing. I'll let y'all touch in on real quick. But the cop shot him. I don't care what anybody says. Like, they set that up to get him killed. And
track number 8 is actually called Bing James.
yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot of songs on there. I mean, a lot
Hold
of
on,
his
hold on.
tracks that he made NBA players.
Okay, and he's got Bing James, and at the end of the 8th song, there's 24 seconds of silence. Yeah,
Nice.
You know, as remembrance for Kobe.
I just want to touch on Lil Wayne. I'm not like a big fan. I mean, I think he puts out hot music. I think that he's always been relevant. I think one thing I will say is I think he is definitely a lyrical genius. Like, his wording and his lyrics are crazy. So I think anything he puts out is probably obviously gonna be a hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think his fans also were waiting. It's about time for him to put out some new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Carter 5 came out, and I think that was hot. This album came out, Funeral, and I would say like the first like 5-6 tracks are flames. And the first one, Funeral, but one of my favorite tracks on there is Mamma Mia and Mahogany. Mahogany is my favorite one. Like, those two songs on there like are within the first 3 tracks. Wild Dogs, that's like my other track on there. And then I felt like with a lot of it, he was just high Wheezy.
Yeah.
He was just like very high on a lot of the songs. It's one song.
Wheezy?
It's one song he has with R.I.P. XX Tentacion. No, but it was one song on there that he had. It sounded very evil and dark, and that was, I had to turn the song. I'm like, I'm not listening to this. And then the song after that, he's saying he's Satan's child.
Oh, great.
So I was like,
the album's called Funeral, so it does have like those dark elements
but
to it.
you could go to heaven. You know what I mean? Like, nah, like he referenced Xannies on there a lot, and Adderall and all the drugs. They're doing a lot of drugs. Wheezy, he was just actually the first person kicked off the Masked Singer this season.
I can't, which is right.
He was the robot on the Masked Singer.
What did he sing though? I didn't catch that. What did he sing?
Yeah.
Did he sing?
We knew that was him.
People are really into that show. Do y'all watch that show? People are like really into this show.
But what did he sing? Do you know?
I watched his performance earlier, actually. I watched his performance, and it was like, I forget what song it was, but you could tell it was him.
Right.
I'm done.
You could tell it was him.
Just like
Really? And they didn't guess?
Oh, you heard it?
you could tell,
But they didn't guess at all.
I don't think so. They were acting surprised. They probably knew the whole
It was a
time.
rock song though, because he liked to switch
Yeah,
up his genre.
it was like a
He
rocker
liked to switch up
song.
his genre,
Yeah.
so you would never really.
They thought he was like mimicking his voice. So the last subject that we have, just go exit out. We'll go back here. The last subject that we have is this Donald Trump issue. It's breaking news right now. He's cleared. He is, to them, good to go. And the Senate ruled that, his crimes and all that he did was removed, and, they're not going to follow through with it. So.
And to me, Donald Trump is not the issue, it's the USA. Definitely. One man, you cannot say one man is causing all these issues in the country. If that's the case, this country is not as strong as I think it should be. Point blank, period.
Well, I told you guys last show that I was never the one that believes in like voting and stuff like that, and people look at me at a type of way, like people judge me. People might see this and look at me differently and say, "Fuck this dude now. He doesn't vote or whatever," and because it's like a thing to do. But what we want and what we feel as people that don't have it like those people. It's a fight. So it's not going to be something as easy as going to vote to get the person that they want to be president.
Right.
So I don't know how they just threw away all these things that led up to all, like, you know, it's been years. They, like, with this investigation, they were trying to do it. They finally got it. Now, you know, he was guilty, but then the Senate has to rule it. What do you mean he's guilty already? What are you talking about?
This comes down
This
to
is
money.
America.
This
What are you
comes
talking
down to
about?
racism. This comes down to all that. I just still am in awe of how he even became president. Like, how it's such a joke. I didn't even think that he would ever even become president.
I don't think he wanted to be president. I think
he did it for fun.
I think he revealed of how corrupt the USA really is.
Right.
Like, he just revealed
Let me
how
just buy my
corrupt
votes real
really
quick.
America
I
really
think
is.
Russia had a hand in it. They manipulated some things. They tampered with some ballots and some Facebook ads.
Definitely.
They definitely played a part in Trump winning the election.
Who's to say this is the first time something like that's
It's
happening?
not the first time.
It's,
That's
it's
the
not.
thing.
It's not. It's the USA.
So, you know,
You
if
know
they
what I
say
mean?
their vote
Like-
doesn't count, like, you know, your vote counts. Yeah, all right, well, how much does it count?
Money
Because
counts,
If
that's all.
someone like him, you know,
A con man.
scum, you know, he shouldn't even, this is a joke that he's even won being a president.
To me, he's just a con man. And
So
I mean-
let's not wrap things up on Donald Trump
on a
tonight.
negative note.
oh boy.
We got a message of the day brought to you by Shari Dubois, and she's going to close us out tonight.
All right. You know, the message of the day is basically to just remain solid and to stay sturdy. You know, we live in a society where people do anything for clout. They'll go out and humiliate another human being. They'll hurt a woman or a child. They'll do some crazy antics just to get some traction and some social media attention. And when you're on your grind, when you're on your journey, if you're on your personal training or your fitness grind, if you're on your modeling journey or anything that you decide to do, you might feel tempted to stoop down to these levels and do some of these antics so that way you can get the traction and you can get the fame and everything that comes along with it. But the message today is to just stay true to yourself and stay true to your grind. I think in the past week, Kobe's legacy to me has been, he's just left a tremendous impact on the world. He really represented and was a great example of just excellence and greatness. And he fought for every inch of floor that he played on. He shed blood, sweat, and tears for 20 years. Right. And, you know, he has an incredible work ethic. And when I think about Nipsey Hussle and his marathon mindset, and Kobe Bryant with the Black Mamba mentality, you gotta get with something.
Right.
You have to find something that you need to believe in, and you need to stay down and stay solid and stay focused, and don't stoop to these levels and do all the antics.
And know yourself.
Know yourself. Most definitely.
Know what's appropriate. Know what's not. What's you and what's not. And just stay true to it.
I read something earlier today, and it said that the truth vibrates on a different frequency. You don't just hear it, you feel it.
You feel it.
When
I
something
agree.
is real, it resonates. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to be fake. We don't have to do something just temporarily to get ourselves the fame that we want. We got to put the work in. We can be great.
Right.
You know?
That's with anything, too.
It's about grinding,
It is.
hustling, like
Right.
in a good way.
Staying focused.
No, positive.
Persevering. Persevering.
All
All
right,
right,
so,
guys. So until next time.
We're going to wrap it up. Amber Dawn, Shari Dubois, Don Pritt. We had a guest come on tonight, Kay, model. Kay, where can they find you at one more time? Just let them know where they can find you at if they want to do personal training or model, shoot, whatever.
You can find me on Instagram and on Facebook. I'm the Melanin Goat. That's TheMelaninGoat. The Melanin Goat. Peace.
So
Next
until
time, guys.
Until next time, guys, this is the Gift of Gab signing out. Cheers.
Cheers. As mine's empty.
Know why all them other niggas hating? Now I know why all them other niggas hating. Guess it's cause the girlfriend steady participating. Look at what that make me the topic of conversation. Topic of conversation. And I am hella loud. Fuck it, I'm conceited, eat it. Needless to say, I'm a genius. Bringing hip hop back with meaning since we been done RIP. I'm at the top, motherfuckers act like they don't know. Blind speaking that Chris Rock shit, saying that they never see before. Nigga, I do's this, I am a star amongst these